know the exact amounts, but as you listen to the story, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Went there, borrowed $2 million. Chase did a title search, like they always do. Chase bought a title insurance policy, which I'll explain in a moment. There are two policies at most closings. The owner's policy that insures to you a lot of these things that we're talking about, and then a lender's policy, a bank policy that insures to the bank a lot of these things, the same things that we're talking about, and it also insures to the bank that there are no liens and encumbrances on the property and that they are in the position they think they're in. So in this case, Chase bought a policy that insured to them that they were in first position, right? They had a first priority mortgage. Nobody was in front of them. There was no other mortgage in front of them. Great, everything was cool, no problem, closed, all well and good. Well, what this guy then did, very clever, devious obviously, criminal, he went and forged the satisfaction of mortgage. So you may or may not know that the mortgage evidences that there's a lien on the property, there's an encumbrance of property, and a satisfaction of mortgage, commonly called a SAT in the industry, is a document that evidences that mortgage has been satisfied and is no longer a lien or encumbrance on the property. So what this guy did is he was able to forge the SAT. Forged the SAT, went down to the county clerk's office in the county in Greenwich, Connecticut, and he recorded that SAT. And as far as the county, it looked like in the records, it looked like that Chase mortgage was gone. Then what did he do? He went to another bank. I'm just making up banks now. Wells Fargo, HSBC, whoever it might be, borrowed another $2 million. Now he's got $4 million on a $3 million property. That bank had a title search done, bought a title insurance policy. That title insurance company insured to that bank that there were no other liens and encumbrances on the property, insured to that bank that they were in first position, no problem, gave him a policy for that amount. He then forged a SAT, recorded it, did it again, did it a third time, did it a fourth time, did it a fifth time, I think he did it either 6 or 7 times, somewhere in that range. Got up to $14 million worth of mortgages on the property. Until at the very end of the story, somebody picked up what was going on. Somebody realized exactly what was happening here and said, wait a second, there's a problem here. All these SATs, all these satisfactions and mortgages have been forged. They're all bogus. And what they do? They said, stop, what's going on here? And all of a sudden, everything is, hit the fan. What happened? The guy was arrested, right? Criminal fraud. Title insurance company came in, started investigation. All those banks obviously put in claims. One bank was in first position. All the other banks that thought they were in first position were really in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, whatever the case might be. And they were all deep underwater. None of them were going to recover their money. They all put in claims with the title insurance company. And I happened to meet the guy who had to handle all these claims. He said to me, look, ordinarily we fight these things. That's what we do. We try to not pay our claims if we can. But what am I going to do here? There's nothing I'm going to do. We're not fighting, and I'm just going to cut a check for $14 million to this bank. Or in fact, he's cut 6 or 7 checks totaling $14 million to the various banks. My numbers might be a little bit off, the dollar amount and the number of claims and banks involved, but I think you get the story. So that's exactly how these things happen. The crazy, tragic part of the story that I'll tell, it's a little bit of a bizarre story, is if you read about the story, the guy was arrested on the morning of sentencing. He was murdered in his home. Then to make it even wackier, he's the guy who had the brother who was murdered by the wife in Hong Kong, who put something in his milkshake and beat him over the head. Again, I don't tell this story to make light of the situation, but I guess that's the only time that I know that title insurance gets blood and gore and murder and baseball bats on heads in Hong Kong. So it just makes